Welcome to Quantum Kinetics Corporation. I am your host, the CEO, and today we are going to talk about what is the difference between hot fusion and cold fusion. Have you ever wondered what the difference is? Well, if you're curious, go ahead and stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So, what is hot fusion? Hot fusion is 180 degrees different than cold fusion, obviously. So what is hot fusion? Hot fusion is when you fuse atoms together that is not at room temperature, where you have to exceed and raise the temperature up to 100 million degrees to induce fusion reactions. Now, in the academic community, this is called bulk ion heating. Bulk ion heating involves a lot of energy, a lot of electrical input to induce the fusion fuel, which is typically deuterium or tritium or maybe even helium, to induce a fusion reaction inside a tokamak, a stellarator, or even with Z-pinch. Those processes are extremely energy consuming, and it takes a lot of force to push that boulder up the mountain before it falls into the well to induce nuclear fusion. That is hot fusion. Cold fusion is exactly the opposite. The fusion process takes place at room temperature, so you don't have to do bulk ion heating to induce the nuclear reaction of 11.6 million degrees all the way up to 200 million degrees, which is the equivalent of 1 keV all the way up to 20 keV X-rays. So, you're probably thinking, how is this even accomplished? That seems insane. Well, it's actually not that complicated. It's just been overlooked by the academic community. Well, we like to call this process particle oscillations as an energy generator. What does that mean? It means that we can literally agitate and vibrate molecular structures so fast and so quickly that they instantaneously ignite into a localized fusion event. This happens at the electron scale. If done properly, nuclear fusion emits a very special photon. It doesn't emit purple. It doesn't emit pink. It emits a photon that you cannot see with the human eye. It is called an X-ray. Matter of fact, it's actually called a super soft luminous X-ray. It's the same X-ray that happens inside our atmosphere called aurora borealis events. The color that you see in aurora borealis is the ionization of oxygen, nitrogen, and other elements. But before the color arrives into your eye, there is X-rays in the atmosphere all the time. And this causes transmutation. It acts as our energy scrubbing agent for the planet Earth's atmosphere. It happens 24/7, 7 days a week, just like our reactors here at Quantum Kinetics Corporation. So now you're probably asking, if hot fusion is inferior to cold fusion, what is cold fusion good for? Well, that's an excellent question, actually, because it's only limited to the imagination you put to work. And what I mean by that is this. Nuclear-safe fusion can be used for water filtration systems. It can be used for ionizing and decarbonization of the atmosphere, inducing transmutation of nitrogen into oxygen instantaneously. It also uses, nuclear fusion can be used for processing fuels to enhance their power. You can also use safe nuclear fusion for electricity generation at grid scale. Cold fusion, if done properly, ignites nuclear fusion instantaneously, and you don't have to sit there and wait and rub your hands together to induce a fire, a nuclear fire. We have figured out here at Quantum Kinetics a totally revolutionary way to trigger nuclear fusion, not only reliably, consistently, but also safely. No other company can say that. Through advanced technologies, anything's possible. From cleaner living, better health, cleaner technologies, better propulsion, and also nuclear fusion electricity is all possible with the ARC reactor technology. Hey, have you ever wondered how the safe nuclear energy movement was discovered? Well, you can check out our latest book called The Quantum Kinetic Well, Powering the World with Endless Clean Energy. It's a story about an artist who locked himself in a garage for 7 years and discovered safe nuclear energy systems with a box of scraps. The ARC reactor is real.